Good morning, everyone. Welcome to EdTalks. This is our first for 2015, and like any new year, you try and put things in perspective. So I'm going to give you a little bit about what we accomplished in 14, but more what we're going to accomplish in 2015. And ironically, I wish we could do a panoramic thing. We're actually in not really my office. I've never had an office, but we've converted an office and we call it Edville, where me and my team work. Every Tuesday, which I highly recommend, we spend a day here. There's our giant whiteboard behind you, the camera in front of me, where we talk about missions, strategies, what we're trying to accomplish. We even take it so far to reinvent ourselves and say, if we blew it up knowing what we know, what would we do different, what would we do creative, what would we do unique? So I always tell people, try not to get stuck in the day-to-day. Take a time out, take some perspective time, and say, what else could we do? But let's get into last year. Last year we did an entire series with Comcast. We did an events. It was really focused on trying to help people build, which are already building a lot through managed services, which is a reoccurring revenue model, focusing on people's bandwidth and internet connectivity as it relates to DR and cloud and colo. So we spent a lot of time interviewing people, talking to people, trying to give our perspective on what it is. Why did we do that? Well, 6 years ago, it's hard to believe it's been 6 years, when we started the channel program dedicated to IT companies, we had one mission, and that was to help companies be more successful. We saw the channels, we knew their focus was on working with people that provided them the leads and provided them resources. But really it was just about those channel managers getting as much of the revenue share, as much as the profit share out of your business that we could. We didn't want to do that. We've never asked partners where our leads are. We've never asked partners where our opportunities are. We have always believed that if we try and build this program to help you succeed, then good things will come. And I'm pretty proud that we've done that over 6 years. Ironically, we've never focused on the money, but let's talk about the money. Last year we paid out an average of $92,000 a month to our partners that goes to their bottom line. And why is that impactful? Well, we don't ask anyone to add resources. We don't ask anybody to do additional training. In our world, there's a lot of people that do what we do. There's master agents. There's smaller companies like us. Inevitably, there's always some work you need to do. There's always some training you need to do. We shield our partners from that. So if you're an IT company that wants to be known as the technology expert to your customers, but you want to focus on your core, but you don't want to ignore the fact that with their monthly income isn't driving your business and their bandwidth, their internet access isn't conducive to what you're trying to do for video and cloud, that there's a good marriage between trying to make sure you adjust the internet needs but not getting too caught up in it, then we're a perfect fit. If you want to build that as a business, you want to build that as a line or a strategy, then we have a second model for that, which we can talk about, but there are other master agents that do a wonderful job of that. And if you want to know who they are, I would always tell people, and I've even steered people away from us when it's appropriate. So last year we put a lot of focus on really telling people how it's worked for us, how it's driven our business. Matter of fact, 78% of our revenue is monthly reoccurring. A lot of that starts for us simply by having a conversation about the customers, where they're going with the cloud, what's their DR strategy, then trying to make sure the bandwidth and connectivity is there. Is it adequate? Does it match? Will it scale for the next 3 to 5 years? So we spent a lot of time doing that. Again, everything we do is focused on making sure our partners are successful. Next year, I think what we really want to do is take it to a different level, a different step. February 18th, we're having an event. You'll see an invite out. We're going to announce spiffs and promos and more ways we're going to contribute to the bottom line. Again, not to focus on that because we really have not made the money part of it, but when you're paying out $92,000 a month, I think it's worth something. I think there's value. We have one partner that probably gets $15,000 a month just from doing what they do, which in essence in our world is like just pushing a lead across the table. It's not that simplex, but it in essence is. Next year we're going to focus on verticals. What verticals? Healthcare, legal, manufacturing, banks, financing. Why? because we believe in our research, and we've done a lot of market research. We've interviewed CEOs. These are the folks that have technology needs. They're the ones that are concerned about how technology impacts their business and their profit. We're going to focus on those companies that have multiple locations, 50 plus users. So if you're an IT company out there and these are your verticals, whether you're a partner or not a partner, we want to know. We want to do programs and marketing geared around trying to penetrate those markets and trying to really focus on helping those segments succeed in their business and also succeed using technology. Again, why? If you're like ETA, most of our business has been word of mouth. If you're also like ETA, that comes in all kinds of shapes and sizes. We get small customers, medium customers, large customers, but when we take a step back and we really look at what are the verticals and what are the size customers that when we're engaged, that we make the most impact in their lives and we make the most success occur, it's in those verticals and those size ranges. So what we're also going to do is interview people from those verticals and in EdTalks talk about what's going on in industries, what are some of the realities, what are some of the myths, what are some of the things that keeps them up at night. And the things that keep them up at night probably won't be technology, but somewhere down the stream, technology is going to be an enabler. And why is this going to be important to my audience? Because we're going to do our best to hear from the owners, the CEOs, the people that make those decisions. They may not be who we work with every day. We might work with a director or an IT manager or other people that don't know ultimately what's going on in the CEO's head. What do they see in that market? What do they see in that space? What's keeping them up at night? So we're not going to have a whole lot of events, but we are going to have is a program that runs during the baseball season just geared on people who understand the market, are focused on understanding that bandwidth, connectivity, hosted phone systems, they're part of the equation, are going to be tremendously rewarded and are going to be rewarded financially. There are plenty of trainings out there. There are plenty of opportunities to get that kind of coaching and that kind of, I guess, information. And we're going to have Kim Starr, who's our channel manager, drive that out and tell people. So what was the point of this EdTalks? Simple is to certainly thank people, let people know that unlike any other channel, we hope to be the one that really focus on your business. In this very room, we have one thing. If it won't benefit the partners, if we're not thinking about the partners first, then we're not doing our job. And I got to tell you, it makes the job fun. It makes going to bed fun. It makes explaining to my son very rewarding when he asks, what do I do? And I know we don't make an impact to the degree we always want, but you can rest assured that we think about that 100% of the time. The other part of this was to let you know that we did pay out some healthy money. And if you're not part of the program or you're not getting thousands a month, come talk to us. It can be done. I mean, the amount of revenue we get monthly just by helping people make bandwidth and phone system decisions is really impactful. And again, it's passive income. And if you know anything about passive income, it means you get monthly revenue with as little as work possible. And last, we're going to focus on the verticals. Again, healthcare will be number one, financial, banks, manufacturing, legal, 50 plus users. So if you focus on any of those verticals, call me. Usually my name pops up and number somewhere in the middle. I hope you look at this. I hope if you've never saw EdTalks, if I've never ever heard of Expert Technology Associates, I hope if you're not with ETA in our LINC program and you're somewhere else, just call me. Find out why we're different, find why we're unique. If it fits, great. If it doesn't and there's a better place for you, I promise I'll take you there and I'll guide you there and I'll help you. This is EdTalks. Stay tuned for a lot more coming up in 2015. And again, thank you for a wonderful year and a wonderful 6 years. Take care.